Titan Lords fell, a new age of might came to Sideria. An age defined by one simple decree. That whoever was the strongest in Sideria, enough to slay its previous ruler, would hold dominion over the land. And so it was, for thousands of years. And so it is, yet today. Aloysius, the Mad King of Sideria, now rules these lands. Over the last 10 years, he has spread his influence. Using cruel hobgoblins and gnolls as soldiers, the land of Sideria quakes, torn apart by his frenzied greed for the power it holds within. For Sideria is a lost land, a land of riches unclaimed, of legends untold, of power unseen. A beautiful, vast, and deadly land. It calls to the bold, to the clever, to the daring, to any who would dare its shores seeking adventure. It calls to Megan, the war-forged paladin. It calls to Nyx, the half-elf warlock. It calls to Nyzing, the dragon-born rogue. It calls to Tig, the kobold bard. It calls to Zidane, the wood elf ranger. It calls to Trill, the Aarakocra druid. And to those it calls, Sideria offers welcome. The wilds are not easy, and not kind, but they shall give a tale to remember. For this is the land of limitless adventure. This is the legend of the Wildlands. Hello, and welcome back to Legends of the Wildlands, brought to you by D6 Tricks. I got it right this time. No one will ever know. I definitely edit these in post. Definitely, for sure. Anyway, hello. I am your host, Alex Beckham, here with this amazing D&D campaign inspired by Breath of the Wild, or Breath of the Wild 3, as some people in the chat have seen. Apparently the start screen looks a lot like an advertisement for, visiting New Zealand.
Low-key, yeah.
Low-key.
It really does.
Yeah, come see scenic New Zealand. We have sheep.
Getting those plastic orb things and roll down the hills.
I would
Yeah.
love to go absorbing. I would die now, but
Come
it
to
would
New
be so
Zealand.
fun.
We have anti-crab.
Anti-crab. Apparently anti-crab didn't work last session. Anyway.
Dang.
Yeah. Joining me today, we have Atwas.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited.
We have Juno.
Hey guys.
We have Queen.
Hi guys, welcome to 6D Tricks.
And we have Toonwolf.
What's up, everyone?
Professor Moore and Anne are busy today, so they will not be joining us tonight. That's okay, because I still have at least half the party, so that means agents are go!
Oh,
Let's
sorry,
go.
sorry, Alex. I've got to go to the shop real quick.
I will kill you in your sleep!
We know where you live.
Yeah. I put down Draconic for sorry guys, something came up for a reason on this little splash screen.
132.16.
Alright. So, last time on Legends of the Wildlands, our band of adventurers were on a sailing ship, the Cambria, on a voyage over to Sideria. Going there for one reason or another, but later unified for the purpose of taking down the Mad King of Sideria, King Augustine, who is, not doing very good things to the people in and out of Sideria, reportedly. Unfortunately, not only was the Cambria ship attacked by swamp pirates and the frogs that led to swamp pirates, but also by a gigantic crab woman, who half of my players immediately called mommy.
You knew what you were doing.
We're not
No such
incorrect.
thing.
I
Yeah.
will stand by mommy.
So, the ship was destroyed, the captain kidnapped, but they did manage to save a knight of Sideria known as Sir Cosmos, who had been basically thrust forward through time 10-some years, and was on his way back to basically avenge his fallen king, who had fallen at the hands of Augustine. However, this was going to be difficult for him, considering his equipment fell into the sea, so he teamed up with our party, and got some spare equipment from them, offered to be a spare set of hands, and let them know that it was probably in their best interests to first get some supplies from various shops both around here in Shipwreck Cove, where they found themselves, a city full of ships tied together, and then later, once they were done exploring here, find other options and perhaps other adventurers that could be willing to help them at the Great Dam of Aguela to the west. They also had the option, however, of immediately heading eastward from here to Prospect Spire to try and see if they could get a better lay of the land. Where we last left off, the final decision had not been made, but our heroes were doing some shopping in the middle of basically the town square / central ship in the middle of everything in Shipwreck Cove, having shopped at a specialty leather worker, and as a reminder, immediately in this area, they could see down the stairs into the ship itself. There was also a view of, I'm checking my notes, a very buff, very, very buff, and very tall ASMR woman, with a cart full of what looked to be arrows. And that is what they could see from upstairs, essentially. As I pull up some music, get the view up here, and then, once the music is up, we unpause in the game, lads.
Lads.
Alright.
Sure would be a shame if the two characters who actually use arrows weren't here.
Terrible, terrible shame.
Would
Anyway,
be a shame.
Alas,
Oops.
Whoopsie.
whoops.
Ah, well.
nobody left a sticky note on our pack saying, hey, could you get this for me? So, I don't know, man.
Well, I think Zidane used all their money on the armor, so.
True.
Mm. Would
Well-
be a shame.
Nizip can go and get it another time.
Shame. Anyway.
Alright. So, do you guys want to keep exploring, or do you guys want to head to the dam?
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. As far as like Trill goes, I don't really need anything. Usually I go out and, collect things from the outside. And also I can't really carry anything else. But
That's why you get other
either way.
people to carry your shit for you.
Yeah. I can carry plenty, but I can't think of anything else that my character would need.
Yeah, shit. I mean, considering one person is a robot, the other is a
I don't
druid.
eat. I don't sleep.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
drink.
The other is a druid with presumably access to Goodberry. Well, it couldn't hurt to have rations. It definitely could not hurt to have rations. I'm gonna look around
absolutely.
for just general equipment sort of deal and acquire some just in case food.
Why not?
All right. So, luckily, general stores and inns and taverns are very, very easy to find in towns. They're typically the first thing people look for, so you don't have to spend too much time doing that. And the general store here in Shipwreck Cove is the Calabash, which is located towards the northern shore. I think I said northern last time, because that is closest to where it meets dry land.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, I suppose I will. I mean, unless anybody else wants to split off and do their own thing, investigate the hot woman, etc.
When is
I'm just
splitting the
gonna go.
party ever gone right?
Plenty of times. What are you, coward? What could possibly happen right here and right now?
I'm not a coward because my mom said I wasn't.
Well, if your mom said so, then
True.
must be right.
Wouldn't want to argue with your mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Need food.
Starts clanking off towards the general store.
Oh.
Yay!
All right, so you head over to the general store. Compared to the rest of the Shipwreck Cove, there are like ship types and architecture types from all sorts of different eras. Like you can't judge exactly at quick glance, but there are obvious signs that these ships are based on, or some ships rather, are based on designs that are hundreds, if not thousands of years older than other ships that are here. The Calabash looks like a very, very recent design. Basically the same type of mold and design as the Cambria, actually.
All right.
Yep. And as you enter, there is, checking my notes, a single, half-asleep-looking Triton up at the front. A little bell rings as you push open a makeshift door. As he looks up, squints, oh, you're all new. And just pushes himself up, cracks his knuckles. You see he's wearing, like, splint mail as he does, and has 2 spears strapped to the sides of his back. As he leans over, gestures overhead. There are a bunch of ropes strung overhead, dangling various knickknacks and items from them. Price tag should be on those. Look around. I'll cut them down once you know what you want.
Oh,
Eh.
I like the design.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ooh, hello.
You have
Oh,
trouble
look.
with sticky-fingered people then, I take it?
Usually, some new people come in here, don't know how to behave, desperate, try to take what they want.
Okay. Ooh, a map.
Yeah, my first look was the map. Huh, a potion of healing? I'm sure we can afford this.
God.
Yeah, you wish.
If we split it evenly, nah.
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 Well, the map is 30 gold, and I have 10. Should
A
be.
parchment is 3 gold if we want to draw our own map.
Parchment is 3
Ink
silver.
is also
3 silver.
yeah,
Yeah.
3 silver,
Even better.
and ink. But however, ink is 30 or 30 gold.
Let me double check what's in my diplomats pack real quick.
Yeah, because
I
you
have
should have
ink.
stuff.
Yeah, I have ink, pen, paper, scroll
well-
case. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess if we hit the tower, we can probably scrawl out our own map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or if we avail ourselves of a lovely person who can get a bird's eye view.
Oh,
It's probably good at scouting.
I would love
Yeah.
to get a view of the lands. It's one of the reasons I'm here.
Oh, you mean them? Oh, I thought it was just a saying.
I mean, yes, it is, but
I mean, it
also,
is.
yes.
Oh, sorry.
Bird has bird's eyes.
Yes, and I like to think they're pretty reliable too. So I've seen my fair share of land.
Megan just the lens kind of like turns. She stares directly into your eyes. And it's just like
good eyes.
Well, your eye. Sorry, is that the proper term? Am I using that correctly? Eyes, pretty lovely as well.
Megan nods.
You're going to admire everyone's eyes in here, or are you just going to keep window shopping?
Yes.
Right, some rations, please, if you do not mind. Slides over some gold, or silver, rather.
We can convert, he says.
There's also a healer's kit.
There is.
In case people need to be stabilized, I suppose.
Yeah. And a hunting trap.
And this net that I just found.
Yes, hunting trap. I think that's like the one I'm carrying from Trill. Offers up
Yep.
to Cosmos.
Oh, I guess you don't want more weight then.
They're pretty heavy.
They're pretty
Okay.
heavy.
One's enough then. What about the fishing tackle? Anyone like fishing?
Well, I don't think it's a matter of liking fishing, it's a matter of it could be helpful
Yeah.
for getting food if we don't want to, say, use rations or use Goodberry.
Okay.
True.
Yeah.
I do have a question. Well, for example, you, Nyx, have some pretty long-ranging, pretty well-aimed magic. Is it bad to eat things that have been killed by magic? I mean, if you see a fish, you could just... Right?
I mean, I don't know. I've never really used it to hunt.
Megan gently pulls out the harpoon, like just taps it gently,
True.
Good use.
puts it back so that it doesn't look like she's about to like armed rob the store.
Yeah. I mean, as someone who can just swim, says the shopkeeper, I feel like any advice I have is a little non-applicable here.
I mean, if you really want me to, I could always try, like, Eldritch blasting a lake and see what comes to the surface.
I'm gonna step in there. Don't do that.
Okay.
While it would actually indeed get us some fish, the environmental impact alone would probably be super not great for the local ecosystem.
I will
Yet.
also take a coil of rope, please.
Of course. He uncoils a tangle of rope from the rope overhead, takes your gold, hands it over. And,
Thank you very
yeah,
much.
going to echo the Aarakocra. If not nature itself, Tanglewood might have something to say about that.
Okay. I think I'm good then for the fishing tackle. I'll
Let me
skip
check
it.
how much. Let me check how much weight I have really quickly. Okay.
Sorry, did I mishear? Tanglewood?
You did not. One word, by the way.
Thank you very much.
In case you were writing this down somewhere.
Why would I ever be doing that? Surreptitiously tucks in a pocket notebook.
Yeah, we
but,
didn't buy
yeah,
the parchment.
It's a personal notebook. It's my eyes only. Don't worry about
Oh.
it. Everyone has a black book, right? Yes? No? Just me? Right, Tanglewood. What exactly? We are
Don't
new
worry
to the
about it.
area. What exactly is that?
Right. So, well, obviously you're new here. So, he says, looking at, the state of most of you. So, Tanglewood is one of the guilds that is, like, Sideria-wide, as opposed to just in one city or the other. Tanglewood is essentially the hunting society. They take care of the balance of nature by essentially protecting people from nature that's gone out of control. Say there's, like, a rabid tiger in the area. Tanglewood will be dealing with that.
Oh. Oh dang. My question slipped my brain. No.
So, would, hypothetically speaking, Tanglewood be involved with gestures out to the ocean. The lovely lady out there, or no?
Ah. Now, I'm not a member, so my knowledge is a bit limited on this front. I will say I have seen a couple of members from Tanglewood come down here inquiring about how to get to her. None of them have successfully gotten there.
I mean, it seems like it's pretty easy. Just get on, nicest ship of the line and be bait, right? But
Well, if you put it that way, then they've successfully gotten there.
I see.
Ooh.
I see. Well.
Yeah, and then the
alas.
rest of my crew, of course, has to go clean up their mess.
Unfortunate for all parties involved.
So they're
Wow.
they're in the area. Do they have a singular base of operation, or are they scattered around?
They have a couple of guild halls. There's, let's see. There's, if I remember right, there's one northwest up with the Aarakocra, and then southwest with the dwarves. But, north of here somewhere, not too far, a couple days' march, that is their central, lodge, basically, in Sideria.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, actually, never mind. I want to double check a few things before I continue jawing.
Yeah. Shooting the shit.
Mm-hmm. There are interesting things. How would one acquire scrap? That is my question. Is that something that needs to be found? Can it be acquired in towns? Like,
We don't deal in scrap here. All available scrap basically goes to keeping Shipwreck Cove afloat. There might be some places that will sell you like excess bits of metal if you're looking for that, but you'll more easily find it out in the wilds. Unless you feel like dumpster diving somewhere, I don't know.
I mean, sort of like looks down at clothing. I will take my chances for now. But if it gets dire, then it's good to know that the option is there, I suppose. Me checking my spells again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Could I ask for clarification on what the block and tackle is?
That is basically sets up a counterweight for something.
Okay.
I was considering buying that,
Yeah.
just in case.
Do it.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
it is a set of pulleys with the cable threaded through them and a hook to attach to objects. Properly, lifted all together, it allows you to hoist up to 4 times the weight you can normally lift.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to carry it over large distances, but if you need to just, get a boulder out of the way or something, block and
That
tackle
sounds
can
like
help.
That
That'd be good
sounds
for
like
Megan, actually.
yeah. That sounds like it'd be useful in some cases. There may be some use cases for that. So Megan's gonna kind of point up at the pulleys and winches all set up over there and says,
Yes, please.
You got it. Choose how many you want to buy, and then I will approve transaction.
"Are they a single use or?"
Nope.
Okay.
Heck
Probably
yeah.
just need one. The pause is scaring me. Maybe 2.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can always most likely recover it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the limiting factor is your the weight you carry.
I'm currently at 125 out of 255.
I
Damn.
see.
Yeah. Let me put
One
it this
person with
way.
strength.
Megan can carry a lot.
Yeah,
Wow.
I am a large. I can be your pack mule if you guys need to unload anything.
Oh, that's okay. I think Casmus has the cover. Casmus just carrying things in his arms like help.
Actually, a backpack would be useful so that I don't carry this in my arms.
Backpack is 6 gold.
Yeah, 6.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so do I just click purchase?
Yep.
All right. All right.
Or we
let's
could
go
get
with-
a tankard.
Let's go with 1 for now.
You got it.
Would
Awesome.
anyone be willing to go and halvesies with me on a 2-person tent?
Oh. Oh?
Checks gold pouch.
If not, that is fine.
Can help.
Okay. If you are good for it.
Yeah,
And then,
I've got 7 left, so
yeah, so if you throw in 3, I'll do the other 3, and then I can comfortably buy our good knight a backpack.
A backpack, so he doesn't have to carry around
yeah,
a hunting
around all this
a-
crap.
a bear trap in his bare hands.
His
God.
bare hands, you say?
Their hands.
All right, I will
Does
purchase
not look
backpack
comfortable.
and tent, and then I guess just send me 3 gold at your leisure.
All right. How do I do that?
Fuck fino.
Uh,
Edit it
gonna
manually, I guess.
Manually put it in. So
edit it
Yeah,
manually.
yeah.
I can see how much gold you have, so there you go.
Great. I now have 4 gold because I have halvesies you for the tent.
Excellent. Ty kind of like takes the tent, staggers, obviously and heavily.
Need help.
It would be very much appreciated if you do not mind. Winces.
Takes the tent. Just casually puts it on her back.
Thank you.
All right. I'm
I
just
will-
gonna
hmm.
move some
Yeah,
stuff.
you know.
Yeah.
Thank
Ship
you
that
very
around in
much.
my inventory so that
Oh.
Tyke is not carrying.
Yeah, the tent's a whole 20 fucking pounds.
Oh my
and-
god.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I got space to spare. I am.
Holy
Yeah,
sugar.
And
yeah.
Casmus needs the backpack too, so
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm get the backpack out.
thank you.
You guys practically have a freaking truck on your side. I am the Ford F-150 complete with the blinding lights.
Super duty, one might say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Much better, says Casmus, heading off to the side to rearrange his stuff in the backpack.
Heck yeah.
Right.
If it happens again, somebody else buys him one.
That is fair. I will defer my gold to you until you have enough to get this paid back, he says.
Don't worry about it. Tyke
On
sort
my
of, like-
honor as a knight.
Tyke takes out their black book and like writes something down in it, snaps it shut, puts it back in their vest. It's okay. Some
Right.
things are better than gold.
Right, says the shopkeep, putting away the rope cutting knife. Is that going to be it for you lot?
Looks around at everybody.
I'm comfortable where I'm at.
Question.
Yeah?
Is it metagaming to point out what's in the description of this place?
Shh.
Because I'm. Don't shush me!
This is why I should hide the description.
I don't know, sounds like you should ask to look around or something.
Can Nyx look around, like in a sort of whilst they're waiting because they're not buying anything?
Alright.
Browsing.
So, you browse, you take a look around, you notice, there's some markings on the wall. You don't know what they mean.
Mm-hmm. Could I roll anything?
Nope.
Huh.
This is straight up a language you do not know, and I will not allow you to
Yeah.
pretend you have a chance.
It
I
sure
got
would be a
this.
shame if the one person who perhaps speaks this language would
Yeah,
not
exactly.
be.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, darn, what a shame, says Nissim.
Darn.
You should have left the sticky note, I guess.
Wow, these are some beautiful decorations.
They sure are, says the shopkeep, saying nothing else.
Do they mean anything?
Probably, he says the shrug.
As sort of like a parting thing, Tig will slide an electrum on the counter to the shopkeep and just has anything interesting been going on around this place or the surrounding area?
Ooh, that is gonna automatically get you a rumor from the rumor table.
Ooh.
Didn't even know we had a rumor table.
I've got 10. Yeah, I've got
Region's
a
the best.
I've got a 1d20 rumor table for every region in this game.
Let's go. We
Listen.
got the spicy tea.
A lot of prep went into this fucking game. You're gonna appreciate it.
I do.
Well, I mean, you know, my post is here. I don't get out onto the coast a lot, but when I meet up with some of my comrades in arms that do, they've mentioned that there's this swirling storm of water, like a whirlpool, but like bigger, tends to spout upwards more often. And it seems to be like permanently held in place off the southern coast. Now, what I heard from some very reliable sources is that right in the middle of that storm, there's a storm giant.
Fascinating. On a scale of 1 to I would allow them to hold my life in their hands, how reliable are your sources?
Reliable enough for my sake, at least.
Well, that is that. Thank you very much for the news.
Of course. Thank you for the tip, he says, sliding the electrum piece back.
Yeah. Tig just makes like a satisfied, like, purring noise and steps back. I'm good now. Sorry.
All right. I'm going to take that as everyone else being good.
Yeah,
So,
I am.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm
Yeah.
good.
so you all head out of the general store. Do you wish to continue looking for rumors? Do you wish to continue exploring Shipwreck Cove? Or do you wish to start your expedition?
I am curious about the temple.
Okay.
Temple.
Panthalassa. Losa?
Yes.
Yes.
The Temple of Panthalassa. Yes.
Because I'm going to assume that Nyx has never heard, or at least fleetingly heard, Panthalassa, but they are curious.
All right. So, the people of Shipwreck Cove have tied a whole bunch of different ships together in the area that is like painted on with Temple of Panthalassa on the sides, but several different sets of missionary ships. You can guess from one, knowing a lot of missionary ships that sail by is like, "Hello, have you heard the good word?" Yeah, and it looks like the ships have been like tied together, some of the walls knocked through to make like this bigger ship structure into one bigger temple of someone named Panthalassa. If you wish to know who that is a religion check.
Of course.
Or talk to some missionaries, whatever is scarier. Oh!
Oh!
Go!
Let's fucking go! Not
all
20!
right.
up! Fuck it up, girl.
I
Princess
Get
know
it.
gender neutral.
everything.
Alright, Nyx, your mom taught you a lot about Panthalassa. She has been a fixture of Sideria for a very, very long time. She is known as Mistress of the Waves and Mother of the Nereid, and essentially the local goddess of water. Not even local, actually. She's not native to Sideria, but she is so, popular and worshipped all across the world that she was kind of naturally brought here to be worshipped. In Sideria, however, spreading both her good word and spreading information is a guild roughly around the size of Tanglewood, you would guess from stories and comparing what you were just told of Tanglewood, known as the Children of Panthalassa.
Huh. It's a bit on the nose.
It is a bit on the nose, but they are practicing priests and scholars, basically, that help make sure information gets where it is in a sort of World Wide Web prior to the internet.
Oh, lovely.
Now, that being said, because you have a natural fucking 20 in religion, looking inside, you can see that the ships that were attached onto the larger structure were made into side wings for other gods. You can see labels for those other gods being the Earth Mother, the Summer Lady, and the Seer. Though the main wing, along with being labeled for Panthalassa, has this huge marble statue of a merwoman with multiple ghostly arms attached to her.
Yes.
2 arms that are fully carved in, and then 6 others that are painted with a texture that makes them look semi-transparent, even if they're made of stone.
Tight.
Gee.
Ooh.
What were the other ones again? The Earth Mother and what?
The Earth Mother, the Summer Lady, and the Seer.
And Sia. Okay. I guess, Nyx would kind of recall this is like a... not a childhood story, but something they learned very early on. It's kind of just come back to them. It's like, oh, that lady! Oh! Ooh.
Is that a good ooh or a bad ooh?
That's a very interesting ooh.
Neutral. Ooh.
Neutral ooh.
Well, I mean, I did not personally take you for the religious type, but
Oh, well, I'm not really. It's more, it looks pretty.
I mean, if you want to go in, religious types are usually pretty, what would the word be? Pliable?
Well, it's true. I guess we could ask around.
True. Also, you are young. You can put on your best, wet cat, bedraggled display. Get a little bit of sympathy if you so choose.
Oh, am I still wet from yesterday?
No,
You should
We
you
will-
should be dry by now.
it is
Oh.
it is a metaphor for looking pathetic, down on your luck, sad, unfortunate,
You think
worthy
I'm
of being
pathetic?
helped, worthy of being helped and assisted by other people who do not perhaps know better.
Oh,
After
you want me to play
all-
it up? Okay.
You do not have to, but I'm here to make sure you know that you have the option to, if you so choose.
I'll keep that noted. Thanks. I can do this. I can be wet.
Mm.
Maybe don't say it like that.
Sorry, that was an accident. Okay, Nyx will go.
Oh my!
just a wave of feathers standing on end on Tyke's back.
Is this a good
Oh my
idea to walk
gosh.
in now?
Zidane looks horribly confused.
You also make a very good, wet cat routine, but unfortunately you're kind of out of it today.
Zidane can come with me. They can be the emotional support. Yeah, exactly. Let's go.
Emotional support.
That
system.
Your
just-
emotional
Yeah, it makes
support.
them-
Your emotional support murder elf enters the ship
Murder
temple
sniper
with
elf,
you.
fuck.
All right. So in the temple, there are a couple of priests in robes, various tritons, other aquatic races. You think you see a couple of sea elves among them, and one priest near Pantalasa who looks like a sea elf, but instead of legs has 8 tentacles that they're using to maneuver around.
Ooh.
Then, in the other wings, in the Earth Mother's wing, there is a singular priest, looks to be human, just straight up human, doing some chanting, waving his arms in ritual patterns in front of a bowl of sand, and as he does so, some of the sand particles rise from the bowl and spin in the air in front of him, mimicking his hand movements. There are 2 young, of elven descent, it looks like, women in the Summer Ladies wing, laughing amidst themselves, passing some wine in between each other, giving a 502 bad gateway to my Forge VTT. I want to GM my game, damn you! And in the Sears wing, which I remember from the notes before the game crashed on my end, there is a young-looking, you would guess half-elf with the other part of his ancestry being gnomish, given that he's rather short but has oversized eyes and somewhat lanky, loose-jointed arms, almost like a Muppet, basically. Who is happily playing a tune on a flute as you enter.
Oh,
Aw.
what a nice little vibe.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the others don't look like they all look a bit too busy to want to be approached. So I'll approach Tentacle Boy over there, or girl, or individual.
Tentacle individual.
Oh, brilliant.
Individual.
Tentacle.
You approach the tentacled priest who looks to be carrying several books back and forth on tentacles that are not busy helping them walk. Eventually they turn over to you and do a double take. They stare for a second and then go, "What?"
Oh, hey there. We're kind of new here. I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Nyx.
Okay, says the tentacled individual, going back to work.
Oh, sorry. I was just wondering, because I've never really seen a temple on a ship before. How long has this place been here?
The tentacled individual shrugs. Since the Elf King, I think. I don't know.
Was that King Chan?
No.
Which one was the Elf King?
You know.
I don't know.
You know, the Elf King.
The Elf King.
Didn't you pay attention in history class?
Yeah, didn't you pay attention
Or
in
to your
history?
It was a long time ago. Okay, I don't suppose you've heard about any interesting things going around then? At all?
Make a persuasion check to wet dog look
Yeah.
the tentacled individual.
Zidane, look
Like,
sad.
please.
Zidane, who is not trained in persuasion.
I'm proficient! How?
Oh no!
It do be like
Aw.
that
It
on
do
this
be
bitch
like
of an
that.
earth.
Whoops. You
Is that how it be?
yeah. You get a sigh. Well, there was the time an elf came and bothered me while I was working. That was pretty interesting.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry that happened. They must have been really, made you grit your teeth a bit.
Yeah, just a bit.
Nick's completely oblivious because they're a half-elf.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to bother you. Hope you enjoy your worship and everything.
Mhm. As you back away from the frankly unfriendly tentacled priest, the half elf, half gnome that was playing the flute finishes the piece and gives you an excited wave as he sees you pass by.
And Nyx will wave back. Oh, hey!
Ah, hello there.
Oh no, that voice. I will approach.
Have you come to hear the good word of the seer?
I mean, I'm always after a good word.
Well, glad to know that we have a wanderer among the various great religions. Seer, as you might guess, deals with matters of the future. They show insight into what is to come to those who are willing to listen, which, you'd be surprised how few people are these days.
Oh, wow. So, like, prophecies and stuff?
Essentially, yes.
Are you kind of dealing in those prophecies?
In a sense.
Okay. That's really interesting.
Oh, yes. You see, I'm a traveling practitioner. Normally, I'm out and about on the road, but Vision took me here first, and then it's here I got some more details from, well, the seer themselves.
That's nice.
Yes. Sorry. I'm probably talking your ear off.
Oh no, it's fine. I can listen all day. What's your name?
Barvir.
Barvier. I'm Nyx.
Nice to meet you, Nyx.
Hi, and this is Zidane. They don't speak much.
Zidane pulls out his name tag.
Oh, I forgot I had that.
Well, nice to meet the both of you. Anyway, like I said, I got more clarity in the vision once I spent some time worshipping here. And the vision actually told me that once I get all packed up, which won't take me that long, I don't have that many possessions, I am to go on a great quest.
Oh, like just anywhere or anywhere in particular?
Across Sideria, honestly.
Wow! Where are you heading to go first?
It was not that specific.
Oh, so just where the wind takes you. I get it.
I am looking for... the vision told me that there are these lost shards of memory, specifically, that I should be looking for. From a man that the vision referred to as the Seeker.
The Seeker? Huh. Okay.
And it said, once I found those shards, great truth would be revealed to me.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm kind of on something similar too, so I hope our paths cross again.
I hope so too. It would be great if, while I'm out on adventures, I ran into you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I will reveal this right now, actually. Out of character, as a game mechanic, since you have run into this character.
Okay.
There are 6, technically 7, different types of adventuring companion you can get through your journey. Barvir is a bardic type. So, what bardic types specialize in is not just, performances, but getting information from cities and other places of civilization, and spreading the good word of your deeds so people know who you are and might be more willing to help you.
That's awesome.
So if you want to recruit Barvir, you can do that.
Oh, as if we wouldn't recruit every single person we find.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to.
Echoing in the back of your head, Nyx. Do we have to pay him?
Companions take a half share of gold from whatever treasure you get, and they also get a share of the experience from fights and discoveries and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
That's right, thank you.
Would we have the opportunity if we ran into him later to recruit him?
Yes.
Okay. do you guys want to hold off for now, and then if he comes back, we could try?
Currently, we only have Casmos on our team, so
I'm fine either
we
way.
can't afford. We do have the space to afford
Yeah.
additional
Yeah.
companions for now.
You'll be able to get a lot more at the Dam of Aguela. I will say that
Yeah.
right now.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm willing to wait until the dam, because that's where I'm holding my money for as well.
Okay,
All right.
we can do that then.
All right. So I have gone ahead and marked this quest as available, but there's information in here that he didn't say quite yet. So, right. May he who watches send a favorable vision of your future, and in the meantime, says Bellamir, packing up his flute, I am off to find the shards of the Seeker, who I'm pretty sure is the legendary adventurer Bellamir Half-Elven.
Bellamir Half-Elven.
Yeah, let me spell that for you.
Thank you, I'm not good at spelling.
I'm not going to say anything about that.
Okay, is it too intrusive to ask who that is?
You look like a busy person. Maybe if we were adventuring together, we might know more.
Oh, sure. Okay, well, maybe I'll meet you down the road and we can have a campfire or something.
That would be excellent.
Brilliant. Well, Nyx pulls their staff out and taps one of the little trinkets that are hanging off. I hope good fortune goes your way.
And you as well.
Bye.
Bye. Bellamir adjusts his cloak and hood and heads out. Not Bellamir, Barvir. They have very similar names. Barvir adjusts his cloak and hood and heads out of the temple.
Bye. Hope you don't die and we'll be sad. All right. I'm ready to head out then.
Yeah, I think I am
good.
ready to head out as well.
All right. You all gather your things, and you step off of the ships onto the long gangplank onto the southern shores of Sideria, as I take you all to the world map.
Okay.
So, world map. Basically, navigating the world map is done by setting a destination. In this case, typical destinations would probably be the Dam of Aguela or Prospect Spire. So the Dam of Aguela is directly west, and that's about 3 days' travel at a normal pace. Northeast is Prospect Spire. As you go, I will be rolling for random encounters and discoveries, which are little neat things you might find off the trail. And whoever has the highest survival score will roll to see if you get lost. That is Zidane, who is currently T-posing right now.
Someone might want to carry them. Just like a little squeaky toy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like, pull the
Alright.
string from the back. Show us the way!
Okay, so which way should we head? I assume that we all want to go to the dam, or
Yes.
Is anybody okay?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Alright.
I would like to investigate the dam. Yes.
All right.
All right, let's go get some dam investigation done.
You know.
Okay. All right. So, you continue along your path as I roll some dice in secret to see if there are random encounters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Spooky.
So, the southern coast is obviously very sandy, but not super hard to navigate your way through. Its proximity to the ocean makes the area humid, but not intolerably hot. And I'm going to roll for discovery now, because I just rolled for investigaciones. Alright. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna consult some things. Your early morning travel goes fine, essentially. You make it through the early day with no major issues. However, as you continue moving along the coastline, it is around the afternoon when you can see in the distance a group of goblins on the shore. They appear to be have painted their faces with skull insignia and are doing some kind of dance around a campfire, laughing.
Oh, that's a good start.
I mean, Tyke sort of like stretches out their arms, does a little bit last minute tuning on their bass, and just, I mean, I speak Goblin.
Oh, you do? Okay.
You
Yeah.
do.
Why not?
Oh.
Plenty of trade with Goblin folk. It's useful, especially because obviously it is useful gestures. Since you all apparently don't.
Gotta admit, I do
mean-
not.
No.
Speak.
Okay,
I must
well,
admit, Goblin is not one of my major languages, says Casmos. That said, be wary. Not every Goblin here is in the military hierarchy of the Mad King, but there are several that might be.
Good to know. Always good to know when we might have to leg it. But, at least speaking, will give everyone else time to prepare.
Mm-mm.
So,
Possibly.
yeah, I'm happy to keep moving forward.
Yeah,
All right.
good luck speaking to them. If their face paint is any indication of their hostility. But
So-
who knows? They could just be having a jolly good time.
They could be just bros hanging out.
Just dudes.
Just little guys.
Just a couple
What's
of
more than
dudes.
life? Guys being dudes.
I will ask about the face paint should it come up in conversation.
All right. Just gonna roll something real quick.
Sure.
Mm,
I like that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Listen, we've rolled, what, twice today? It's fine.
Yeah, I do a lot of rolls in these random rolls. You move forward. I'm assuming not stealthily. If you want to talk to the goblins, that is.
yeah.
I don't see any reason to move stealthily personally, but like if other people want to be stealthy and like not
Stealth
be
is not a
involved,
giant robot's forte.
Conk.
Exactly.
Conk.
I'm not exactly discreet with the conk.
You know what? I'll do it just so if anything bad does happen, I can keep hidden and surprise them.
All right.
Maybe.
You can hide behind my big body.
Yeah.
I thought it like hide in like friggin' Alphonse from Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
God.
Cool. Go ahead and roll stealth then to hang back some.
11.
All right. They seem preoccupied on their little dance around the campfire. So, as far as you can tell, they haven't noticed you.
Nice.
Now, normally you roll stealth at the moment of discovery, but this is close enough that, hey, this is the moment of discovery, they haven't noticed you.
Brilliant.
So,
Sorry. Are we close enough to like be able to see any other like details like around the campfire, or if like there's like anything over it or anything?
Sure. Around the campfire, well, you can smell the campfire. It smells like burning flesh. And so that's nasty. And around the campfire are basically scattered bits of bone and bits of like copper, leather that have been torn from some source. You can't guess where at first glance, just scattered around the fire. Occasionally one of the goblins grabs it, tosses it in, causes the fire to spark up. they cackle and do more dancing. One of them notices you approach, points, and they all just kind of look at each other, look to you, look back at each other, and they laugh.
Lovely.
Tig raises a claw and just calls out, "Hey!"
So, for the sake of roleplay, if one person speaks the language and others don't, unless you specify I keep that a secret or I translate that some different way, I'm assuming you're translating.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Nice.
So the goblins look over at you. One of them leans backwards, waves his arms back and forth in the air like little T-Rex claws, and in his best imitation of what you just said goes, "Hey!"
All right. Okay. I mean, I guess the question is, does it look like they're openly hostile? Anybody reaching for weapons, stuff like that?
First glance, no.
Cool.
You can roll insights to try and figure out more.
Why not?
These goblins have, like, weapons at their sides, like scythes in holsters, you notice, mostly. But they don't appear to be reaching for them or in any hurry to reach for them. And somewhere past the smell of burning flesh, you can see some of them have, like, bloodshot eyes. You think these goblins might be a little bit high.
Oh, they're just having a
Cool.
good time.
It's partying.
Party goblins in
Yeah,
the house tonight.
Tig is happy to, you know, keep walking forward, keeping the expression very, like, genial and chill, and we're just heading that way. I hope you guys are having a good time.
Party's awesome! One of them calls back.
Well, Tig just sort of, like, shrugs and just kind of, like, starts walking by, pauses, looks over to maybe one of the goblins that's more, lucid at the moment,
Yeah.
and just kind of, like, traces a few claws on their face, and it's just like, what's with the paint? It looks good.
We are Night Horde.
Night Horde. Nods. Looks over to Casmos, tilts their head a little bit, but it's just like, well,
Casmos,
have at it.
Casmos nod and is like, yes, Night Horde, thank you. We should go. We really should be on our way.
Tig does a little, you know, two-clawed salute. Have a nice rest of your day. It looks like a good party, a good time.
Party is good.
Hell yes.
All right, you keep on walking.
I don't want to take
that-
with that. We are
that
level
sure was-
1.
That sure was a thing.
Yeah.
And as you walk by, Casmos lets loose a deep exhale. We were lucky.
Oh.
The Night Horde, I believe the word is psychotic.
That yeah, makes sense.
Why?
I don't know why. There are a bunch of psychopaths who like eating people, taking what's left, and using them as weapons.
What, so cannibals?
A lot of them, yes.
Huh. Sounds dark.
Very. Again, we were very lucky. These ones seem to not only have found a meal already, but one that isn't agreeing with them so much.
Indeed. And lucky that our friend Tyke here can speak with them.
Not much for conversation, but
Nah, but at least they seem like they're already in a good mood, so best not to sour it.
For sure.
All right. You keep on walking, and nothing much happens for the rest of the night until you get to a place where it looks like there's enough wood to make your own campfire and settle down for the night.
Nice.
First, I'm gonna check to make sure that you're not lost. Oh yeah, you're fine.
I'm like, I'm gonna go hope that's not lost kind of check.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's a
Yeah, that's a check you might need in like the desert. Here, the
Ooh.
coast, you're fine.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So, you may now spend some time either foraging, using rations to get food, or because you have a druid, you can
Yes.
just cast Goodberry and take care of your food needs for the day.
Hey!
I could. Yes.
Yeah, which would free you up also to find some scrap if you want to spend time looking for that.
I mean, if you're willing to Goodberry, I'd love to look for some scrap.
I will also look for some scrap just in case.
Cool.
Mhm.
That will be survival checks from the both of you.
Okie dokie. Let's
Cool.
see.
See how that works?
Survival. Where we are. Where are we?
Could I try as well?
Sure.
What do we
Okay.
got? I want to look for stuff.
No.
Nice.
All right. Okay, so on the southern coast, a lot washes ashore that is left unclaimed by sailors because they tend to go flying everywhere. Some of them never make it back. That's to say, finding scrap here is relatively easy. So, the DC to find scrap is base 10 here. So, Tig, Nyx, and Trill, you each get 1 scrap.
Woohoo!
Found a rock.
I
That is a
got a
beautiful
rock.
That's a
It's
beautiful
very-
rock, Megan.
It is nice rock. Would skip well.
Should we just put that on the loot?
I'll drag some scrap into your sheets.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Puts down the rock. Probably don't need that extra ounce.
Yeah. The extra ounce. Oh no, you're heavily encumbered. All right, so that's 1 for Trill. That is going to be 1 for Nyx. And that's going to be 1 for Tig.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
What's
So-
the snacky?
It's snack time.
Yay!
All right. So, with a little bit of magic chanting and a sprig of mistletoe, Trill conjures up 10 magical berries that everyone but Megan, because Megan's a robot, chows down
I am a
on.
machine.
Yeah, providing nourishment to keep them fed for the day.
Excellent.
Megan is sitting there watching everybody eat. Her eye just kind of like pulsing every now and then.
Mm.
All right. So, now that you have dined, you make camp and set up watches. Watch is in 3 phases. At least 1 person needs to be awake per watch.
Nice.
You will need a total of 8 hours of sleep.
Yep.
Yes.
Unless you are a elf or a robot.
What was I gonna say?
The elf and the robot looking at each other at
Yeah.
night, like
We just need 4.
Well, I'm happy to take first watch. I have, hold up some of the scrap. Some tinkering to do.
I will use my sentry's rest to just kind of like stare. I'm not gonna move, but I'll cover your back.
Like a little beacon.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
All right.
Yeah.
They can just kind of like.
Yeah.
Like the eye kind of goes into screensaver mode.
Zidane also enters a trance. He is also ready to act as backup watch. Actually, I think that'll take care of it if just Tide takes first watch, and then Robot and Elf can take the rest, because they have their sleep.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
That works.
Alright. So, I'm just gonna roll some dice.
No,
Like,
no.
apparently, I'm still
No.
I'm still conscious and I can still see and hear as normal. So I'm basically just a security camera.
Yeah, at that point, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa.
Sure.
Alright.
Sure.
Sure.
I like that.
Interesting. Okay.
So many
I don't know. Just felt like it.
I had a dream that dice clattered in my head.
Alright, so, first watch. Tig, go ahead, make a perception check to spot things during the watch. And I'm
Sure
assuming
thing.
you also want to do some repairs.
I would love to. And to aid me with that, I have mending as a cantrip.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh.
I'm a little busy mending things. I'm just gonna we'll click that so it's up in chat.
Yeah, I'll just say you use mending and spend a lot of your watch working with the scrap and your rapier to patch up the bends and the scratches and get it back to working order. Your rapier is no
Hell
longer
yeah.
damaged and is back to top shape.
Hell yeah.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah. And even with an 8 perception, because I rolled something interesting,
Oh.
you can see flashes of bright light somewhere, like, vaguely off to the south of you. But you're, busy, so you don't catch any more than, that's shiny and bright. Anyway.
That's something to elbow somebody else about before I go the fuck to sleep.
Sounds like someone else's problem.
You get me.
You get me. Alright. So, Tig's watch ends. Zidane comes out of trance, yawns, and is ready to help with watch with Megan.
All right. Kind of like. All right. So perception check.
Perception check, yes.
All right. Where is
Actually,
that?
you can
There
have
it is.
advantage with this, because Zidane is trained in perception, and he's helping.
Oh, awesome.
Hell yeah.
Alright. 8. Again, you see, one flash of bright light in the sky somewhere vaguely off to the south. Nothing else unusual during your watch.
Okay.
Alright. And then, I'm just gonna roll for Zidane to have a watch. Perception, normal. That was on private. I am sorry, but the result is 14. Zidane, for a lot of the late night, as the sun starts to rise, sees nothing of particular interest, not even the lights in the sky, but then hears some shuffling and groaning noises, and looks around and sees what appear to be sailors, human-looking in build, shuffling near the water, soaked down to the bone with tattered clothes, that smell like brine and death. And Zidane goes, and just douses the campfire real quick.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna roll something real quick.
Sailor zombies.
Lovely.
Zailers, one might
Sailors.
say.
So, the zombie sailors rolled with disadvantage on perception to spot you, since Zidane doused the campfire and anything that would give away your position. The first roll was the nat 1. And the second roll was a nat 1.
Oh, wow.
These zombies trip over themselves and land back in the water.
Wow, that was
Zidane-
lucky.
Zidane chuckles. And just finds some paper, does a little diagram of zombies falling down. And then goes back on watch.
Amazing.
Alright. Dawn comes. You have all done a long rest.
Oh, wonderful.
All right.
Morning, guys.
Quick long rest.
Yeah, I don't think I used any resources, so I am
You didn't?
good.
Has access to a external food source. Has access to internal.
Oh, so I get
don't
it.
need any of. Yeah, I don't need any of this stuff. So I guess
Yeah.
the account just has access to external source because I don't need it.
Yeah. Oh,
That's not what
What?
huh?
I clicked the box to say that I was doing the thing.
Whoops.
Wait, isn't my armor like integrated into my body and like?
It is. I don't think my custom rest
Oh.
recovery counts that.
Well, I guess we got no sleep.
Well, it looks like I have to manually reset some exhaustion.
I had a dream where we didn't sleep.
Yeah.
I tried
Sounds
to drink,
like a
but
sh-
alas.
Sounds like a shitty dream.
Thank you.
And also, you're late for your exam.
No.
All right. So yeah, if you have an external food source, that would be something like Goodberry. So yes, you do have access to it.
Yeah.
Yes. I clicked
but-
it and it's like, I didn't need anything. That's the bit.
That's stupid. I'm gonna look into that later. But for right now, fuck rest recovery.
That's a future you problem.
Yeah.
That sounds like we got to go back under the hood for this one.
Yep.
It's fine.
That's a future Alex
Okay.
problem. Sarcasmos wakes up. Good morning, everybody. Did everyone have a pleasant night's sleep?
Yeah.
Need.
It was alright.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bit of a light show over that way, but nothing happens, so...
Well, like
I
fireworks?
saw as well.
Zidane pulls out the diagram of zombies falling down.
Oh.
Oh, that's cute. What is it? Well, I think you did a good job.
All right. So, with that said, along with there are two options at the start of a day of expedition. There is moving forward towards the end goal, which in this case is the dam, or searching the hex you're in for its landmark. Every hex will have one. The one you just came from has Shipwreck Cove. This is slight spoilers, but the one in this hex has where the light show came from.
Ooh.
Hey, well, what are our priorities, folks?
I mean,
Uh,
we're not hurting for food, so if anyone is particularly stricken with curiosity...
Megan also saw the lights last night, and they do seem to be They do seem to be of interest.
Did they seem ominous somehow?
They were there.
They sure were lights, I guess.
Yep.
Nothing
Um,
particular, just lights.
I mean, I know Trill is always like interested in like surveying the land that they're in. Not to mention that, like, not to say that, you know, I always want to go out and explore every inch of the land. But if the option is available, he'll always take it.
All right. Yeah,
Why not?
we've got the time. We'll see what's here. All right. So
Mhm.
I'm just gonna go ahead and, since Zidane has the high survival, Zidane will take a look around for what is here.
Ooh.
Whew.
I will say, knowing a vague direction of where the thing is, and knowing what the thing is from my notes, that is just enough to find it.
Hey,
Rad.
All right.
I'll take it.
All right, so you divert your quest for a little bit and head off towards the south. As I pull up.
Moths.
Yeah.
We see
Lame.
moths and we attracted to the lamp.
It is lame.
Lamp.
All right. So, let me just get more notes, because I have a lot of notes. There are pages and pages of this is a big campaign.
It's almost like you have looks at there's so many hexes on this map.
There used to be more.
Yeah.
So many.
There used to be
There
more.
used to be more. Oh my.
Of course.
Excellent. That sounds awesome, actually.
All right. So, as you approach, you find a pretty good distance off the coast, but still visible from dry land. What looks to be the skeleton of a gigantic dragon, and from this distance, you can also see like bits of red cloth flapping in the wind attached to said dragon, as if it was like being used as some sort of not just system of flags, but the entire body was basically reworked and rejigged to be like some kind of system of pulleys and wires from this distance.
Fascinating.
How far off the coast?
It's wadeable. Like, there's plenty of water around, but you wouldn't have any trouble swimming over to it, basically.
Okay,
Well,
are there
I
any
mean,
other things like around it that would like say, because if it's something that's been tampered with, I'm just like, are there people here? Like,
Go ahead and make a perception check.
that's or I
Aye.
I
Aye.
Good.
You would bet there's people, like, clearly someone had to have set up devices on the dragon post-mortem.
yeah.
well, it's one way to make use of nature.
So this is a question, but I am a kobold. I serve a dragon as a part of my noble family. Would I have any idea of who this was? By any chance?
Make a history check with advantage.
Yeah. 18.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So obviously there is a big state of decay, but from getting a little bit closer and from what you can spot, you notice several bronze scales along the dragon. This, plus its size, indicates to you personally that you have definitely heard of this dragon. Now, this dragon is, or was rather, since it's obviously a skeleton right now, the skeleton of the great bronze dragon Fimbor, which I'm going to go ahead and spell in the chat right now.
Thank you, thank you.
Fimbor, the father of other known bronze dragon on Sideria, Kendos Dane, which I'm also going to spell because this name is a bastard and a half.
But also, that's my dragon.
Yeah. So yeah, you're staring at your dragon's death.
Ooh, yikes.
Ooh.
Has anything like been passed on as to like how Fimbor died or was killed or anything like that?
The most you heard, I'm gonna keep using the 18 history skill check. In a fight with another dragon.
Okay. Neat. Yeah. Tyke sort of like nods a little bit and just points. That was Fimbor. Once upon a time. Obviously, it has been a while.
Certainly seem to have settled.
I assure you he is very dead. Hopefully. Sort of knocks on the body of their base to knock on wood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he would have felt that.
Oh, are you saying you're knocking on Fimbor's bones itself?
Oh no, I'm knocking on my loot, my
Okay.
base.
Oh, the
Yeah.
base. Okay.
Yeah, because it's wood, so knock on
BASS.
that. Exactly. Well, I mean, does anyone have any strong feelings about investigation either way?
No, not at all.
I'm curious.
I'm definitely curious.
Yeah, I mean, pulleys, levers, red flags. Okay, now that I say it like that, red flags.
Red flags. Oh no.
Red flags.
Well-
You got some red flags literal red flags over here.
We
Well,
can
already made the decision. Fuck it, we ball.
All right.
Oh,
Would it be beneficial for, because Trill doesn't swim, well, like to fly and get a closer look to see if there's like an easier way in or any like indication of like any sort of trappage or weird
Investigation.
things going on?
Roll
Like the
investigation
ultimate
for me.
scout. Certainly couldn't hurt.
All right. So, unfortunately, though, you do have flight path. It does look like there's not a whole lot of ways to the skeleton of the great dragon that have cover. Basically, approach from any direction, and whatever's on there will notice. And there's definitely something on there. The first sign, obviously, because of the pulleys and wires and whatnot that are on it. And the second sign is, as you approach, you can hear the, like, scuttling of small feet running for a hiding place. But as you look over, they're gone. And then as the rest of the party approaches, some of the pulleys move, and the skull of Fimbor moves over, and you can hear this amplified voice. Who dares intrude on the mighty Fimbor? As you can see the mouth, the lower jaw being pulled up and down like a little puppet skull.
that
Nyx
sounds
immediately backs
disrespectful.
away.
How rude.
You're the ones who are rude!
Tyke steps forward and does like a sweeping bow. Why? A servant of his son, of course.
You can hear some whispering from within as the mouth doesn't move, and then once it's still on, it's still on! We recognize only Fimbor! His son has his own problems right now!
I mean, yes, but are you really so inhospitable as to turn away family?
Yes! Comes the reply after an awkward pause. I'm just gonna make sure that this map doesn't have like lighting that will keep you from seeing what's here. Yeah, and because I really want you to see the map, even if you don't go fighting on it.
Oh, good. Oh,
Okay.
good.
I want to see.
Oh, also, yes, spoilers. There's a bunch of kobolds on the skeleton.
Who would have thought?
Whoops.
wow.
So are we anywhere on the map, or are we just this is what we're seeing?
This is what you're seeing. I haven't put you down anywhere because you're not in battle yet.
Oh,
Cool.
this map is cool.
Right. Well,
is really
Nyx,
cool.
Nyx is backed away.
Yeah, I mean, after the very like, no, or rather, yes.
Yes.
Tyke just sort of like shrugs a little bit and will say, "Well, you are animated in a very impressive way. My regards."
Thank you. I worked hard. I am very powerful.
Tyke nods sagely. Would you be so kind and magnanimous as to allow us to at least dry our feet, and then we will be on our way?
There's some more whispering. All right. You see that sandbar right there?
Yes.
That's okay. You can dry your feet right there. Don't come any closer, or I'll get you.
Why, thank you. Another sweeping, even lower bow, like leg full out. Feathers like ruffled a little bit, and just
God.
why, thank you, great Fimbor, father of my lords, and therefore one of great authority over me personally. I do love what you've done with the place. Waves over to the sandbar.
Sarcasmus leans into whisper. Right, we all know that's a bunch of kobolds, don't we?
Yes. There's
Wasn't
quite
there
a
to
few
say
of
it.
them.
Tyke gestures. I mean, yeah, no shit, but like, it makes them happy. Happy people are less likely to,
Yeah. I mean, they seem like the worst thing they seem is territorial, so.
And also, I was not lying. That is very impressive. That
That
is the
must have been
skull
a
of
lot
an
of work.
ancient dragon. That is massive.
Yes, if I recall, when Fimbul was alive, he was very, very big.
Yes. Indeed.
Many
I almost wonder if
impressive
they can still make him fly.
No.
If they can do that, I would be way more impressed. Like, this is already impressive, but oh wow, if they could do that.
Fuck it, we ball. Tyke sort of like, gets a little comfortable on the sandbar. Probably is sitting down at this point and is just calls out, "Great Fimbor, my companions are quite enamored with, impressed by your glorious visage, but they do ask, I mean, one of them is an Arakakra, do you take wing still?"
Of course I can. I'm very mighty. There's like a lot of creaking, groaning for a minute. The wings slowly inch upward, and then slowly go back down. I'm just resting right now.
Of course. An ancient and venerable dragon such as you deserve as much rest as you desire. Thank you. Very much. Sort of like looks over, nudges Trill. There's your answer.
That sure is an answer. Wow.
So, great and illustrious Fimbor, do you have any subjects by any chance, as all great dragons do? And if so, would they be amenable to talking or trade or anything of that ilk?
There's some more whispering that gets caught over, basically, the microphone. If you really had to speak to someone who is not the great and mighty Fimbor, you might want to talk to Aku. Let me spell that out for you in case you have a notebook and are writing this down.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I would never want to trouble the incredible and awesome Fimbor with such trivial things as, trade negotiations.
But you shouldn't!
Yes, exactly. Precisely.
Yeah. Now, that said, if you were looking for these trade, I hear that Aku collects, there's some more whispering, money. Money and also drink.
Money and drink. Good to know. Well, sort of gets up, brushes herself off, shakes a little bit. In that case, thank you very much for your patience, your generous gift of time, and we will go find this Arku and treat with them directly.
Yeah, you just come to me and I'll go call him if you need him. I know him very well, very personally, you might say.
Oh, well, naturally. Every proper lord knows every single one of their subjects.
Of course!
And, Ty just, shrugs, points claws. Wanna go hang out?
Do you have a drink?
I mean, I don't have alcohol, but I have money, and I am out of character. I'm happy to wait on over to actually speak to people who aren't a bone dragon.
The great dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you had to give a number, let's say, on how much money you were willing to give for Aku to come out.
Oh, I see. I did not know that he would be in such high demand. I suppose it depends on what exactly Aku is willing to trade with from his end to this.
Mostly Aku knows, a lot of information. The general area, anything to do with, Draconic or Kobold history in this area. He's a really smart guy. People should really respect how smart he is. And you hear, a scuffle over the microphone.
Is it the kind of scuffle that comes with, somebody else is trying to grab the mic?
Yes. Exactly that.
Okay.
Megan speaks up.
Probably handsome too.
Tig is going to lean over to Sir Casmos surreptitiously and just good place as any to ask about the drilling in the rigs, yeah?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
These kobolds seem a little offshore, and takes a quick glance over at the construction. While obviously the ropes and pulleys needed to make the corpse move are impressive, there's not a trace of acarite here.
Okay.
That said, at the very least, if we do have a good drink, I'm sure we could come back here at any point.
True. Well, in that case, since looks between the lot of us, lowers voice. Nobody has any liquor on them, do they? No?
No liquor, unfortunately.
It's alright. Well. In that case. Great Fimbor and his favored, handsome, very intelligent vassal and speaker looks up, does a little grin. Arku, in that case, now that we know your trade of choice is drink, we will take our leave, and should we return, we will be sure to come back with said drink so we can have a proper conversation.
Of course! I will be here! There's some more scuffling, and you heard, no, that wasn't a joke. Why would I joke about that sort of thing?
Does one last bow,
Yeah.
about faces with a little spray of sand, just like, I'm satisfied.
Yeah. And remember, do not anger, for my wrath is great! And the jaw opens wider, and you can see, like, the tip of this, like, metallic tube poke out, and boom, this jet of fire soar across the sky.
Of course not. I supplicate before you. A lord such as yourself deserves the utmost of respect. Blink, blink, starts walking
Blink, blink.
faster or waiting faster.
All right. You head back to the shore.
That was an experience.
Yes,
Yes.
it was.
I'm going to go write a few things down. And just be towards the back here.
Yeah, that was a lot to catch up on.
It certainly wasn't much.
It was at least interesting.
Mm,
Mhm.
indeed.
There will definitely be tales told about this.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So, with that done, you continue back on the trail. I'm going to go ahead and say that since we're at about break time, I did not roll for any random encounters during the night, so this night will be fine, and during this rest, we will take an IRL break to get hydrated and go to the bathroom. Woo!
All right.
Awesome.
We'll see you all in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Bye-bye.
Yay.
Hello and welcome back. It is time for more adventures in Sideria. So, when last we left off from the break, our heroes encountered the great and powerful Fimbor, who may or may not have been a puppet of Arku.
Oh!
Oh,
It was definitely Fimbor.
It was definitely Fimbor.
That was totally
It was
Fimbor.
definitely.
As handsome and powerful,
Yeah.
as handsome and cool that Arku is.
Yeah,
That was definitely Fimbor.
yeah.
Dragons are like that.
And because you had a set destination, there were no the discovery roll does not count, and there were no random encounters, which means, for the sake of expediting your travel, it is now dawn of the next day.
Nice.
I'm just gonna
Alright.
roll some things real quick.
Hooray! I like it when that happens.
Oh no, my leg is missing.
Oh,
You have a pretty
darn.
good feeling about today.
Hmm.
In fact, as you keep on walking, you notice something off to off the side of the path. It is a discovery. You notice signs of like movement from somewhere below the sand. Some like not too far off the path that you can't make it to the next step on the destination, but it'll take like quarter of a day to get there and a quarter day back. If you want to investigate movement beneath the sand,
Ooh.
like at first glance, it looks like something going in like relatively straight line, like with a little bit of bumping up and down movement, but otherwise it's pretty smooth. It doesn't look like it's like footsteps or anything, just like something buried in the sand that's causing it to shift over as it moves.
No, I don't trust that.
I don't. I've played enough Zelda to know
Do
where
do
this is
do
going.
do 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 do.
No, wrong game. It goes dunk, 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 dunk.
This is not the desert. This is the coast. Roll that is where the...
What are you, cowards? I thought you said your mother told you weren't a coward.
Oh, okay. Now you've said that.
Yeah.
maybe just a little peek.
All right. Taking a step off of the beaten path, you go to investigate, and it turns out it's not like one big figure moving the sand. It's like several smaller little figures, and one of the piles of sand shuffles back and forth in its place, and like you could see some kind of figure peeking up through the surface, up beneath the sand, taking a breath, and it looks like the head of a turtle. The turtle takes a breath, crawls up, starts like sliding its way along the sand. Other turtles from other of the lumps that were moving along the sand also follow its lead, get up, take a breath, shake themselves off, keep moving along the sand. They don't seem bothered by your presence, like, at all.
Are they just regular turtles?
Regular old
Yeah.
sea turtles, it looks like, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, they're so
I love
cute.
them.
Oh my
Megan
goodness,
leans
that is
down to
beautiful.
like. Megan leans down to like kind of like examine the turtles.
All right. The turtles have like dark, brownish yellow, sandy shells to help them blend in along the coast, and have that little frowny face that a lot of snapping turtles and other sea-based turtles always have. But other than that, just from a quick glance at them and how comfortable they are walking like right next to you, even after you approach them, these turtles seem to be of a particularly friendly disposition.
Aww.
Babies.
Good turtles.
They are. Isn't that just the sweetest little thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trill just like perches next to them and just like watching, like real friendly, like be like, oh, they're just little guys.
They're just little guys. So the turtles have a friendly disposition, which means they are not bothered by your presence, as long as you like are there and don't go up to bother them. If you do want to go
Sorry,
up to
I messed
bother them or like touch them or anything, go ahead and make an animal handling check.
I am a giant robot. I do not want to break any shells.
No.
I'll just leave them be.
All right.
They're minding their own biz. Trill's not one to bother them in that way. But he will be like, safe journeys, little guys. You may you travel safely and without any quarrel.
Wait,
Yeah.
what would they have to quarrel about?
Nature.
Tig nods. Those are good eating if you're in a pinch.
Oh.
Mhm.
Nature
turtles
can be
can-
very, very evil. Sorry.
You can. Yeah. No. Sorry. The turtles continue their migration. A lot of them digging back below the sand to continue mostly undetected. Casmos smiles, gives a nod. Magnificent. I always tried to make trips down to the coast to see a great migration like this. Usually the schedule wouldn't allow it.
Oh.
Well, it's always good to have at least a little bit of leisure time.
Yeah, at least you got the chance now.
Of course. I shall remember this for many, many years.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Casmos?
I mean, besides the obvious of take revenge for my king, I'm good with just touring Sideria and seeing its sights, seeing if there's anything that's been changed since I've been gone.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds like a plan.
That's a good thing to go do.
Much
for
more
instance-
actionable.
Of course. For instance, if I remember correctly, he says, pointing vaguely towards the northwest, that way was the ferry station that leads to Aguela. They might have upgraded it since, or they might have just, left the architecture as is and just shrugged and went about their day. That's a thing we can find out.
Okay. Thank you. Well, in that case, we're going to make this the best vacation, not vacation of your life, Cosmos.
It's not a vacation. Let's go.
That's what I just said!
Vacation, not vacation.
Vacation, not vacation. Let's go. All right.
Yeah, I'm glad to head there.
Cool. Gotta make a not lost check.
Wait, no, is it
Gonna make that with advantage because Kazma's pointed the way.
Oh,
There we go.
Yay!
Yeah, no, that way. That way. Zidane. All right. So, you continue on through the morning and the afternoon, and and as you approach, you see on a particularly large sandbar, there is this makeshift, kind of ramshackle. It looks like bits and pieces of several buildings were put together to patch up where construction of other buildings just didn't bother getting finished. A small trade stop and ferry station, which I'll go ahead and pull up the map now once I make sure everyone can see it, because you might not. There we go. And you're not fighting anyone, so I won't have to put anything down.
Cool.
But that's a relief.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Not fighting anyone yet. Oh, I see. One
You
second.
do not own any token with
Well,
vision in this
It
scene.
looks like I've got no eyes.
Your eyes are forbidden.
There
we go.
That's more like it.
Wow.
Ooh,
Oh.
fancy.
Yeah. So, as you get onto the sandbar, there is a rack of several towels for use and a sign, hand-painted sign next to it that says, "Please put towels in the basket when done. Charge for stolen towels is 30 gold. We are not kidding. Underlined multiple times. We will find you. Asterisk underlined multiple times. Thanks, management."
Tig uses a towel and then kind of surreptitiously before tossing in the basket kind of looks over it is there magic on this bitch? Are there some runes and embroidered into this shit that
No!
tracking or whatever?
That's a regular ass towel.
Wow.
I see this as a regular problem here, I guess.
Let's not steal the towels.
Was
Okay.
not planning on it. I just, if anything, there not being anything tracking on this makes it even more ominous, knowing that they will find you. Tosses in basket.
Wow. Your retail. Or hospitality, either or. Yeah, I'll use the towel as well.
All right. So, as you dry off, you take a look around. There are basically two buildings here along the towel station. There is a building with a sign that's swinging in the wind, reading "Trade Station - Convenience Store." And then a smaller building that reads "Office" on a sign. Across the way, there is a ferry currently docked, and on it there is a tiefling in heavy armor and a full helmet with holes cut in the side for two goat horns coming out of it, and a little T slit for him to see out of.
Huh. Okay.
That is a ready tiefling.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a timetable anywhere for where the ferry goes, or is it just whoever shows up can use it?
Timetable is ferry departures on the hour to Aguela, in parentheses, That's the big dam. There is another sign that has been nailed to the side of this sign. All other destinations, ferry rental, 10 gold day.
Wow.
Yeah, the price for passage to and from Turtle Dam, there is a list that says 3 silver, parentheses, covers both ways.
Oh, not bad.
That's better than 10 gold.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, here's a question. How far would a ferry like this be able to travel in a day?
Given enough rivers, about twice as fast as walking.
Okay. Still kind of steep, all things considered, but good to know, good to know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm good for, that much silver to get across.
Yeah, I mean, nice to have some change as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't mind
Anyone
paying.
need, sorry?
No, I was just saying I don't mind paying.
Yeah. Anyone need, an admittedly sad-looking general store?
I mean, it doesn't hurt to look.
Maybe they have some alcohol to bring back to the to
Perhaps.
Fimbor for
to the colony of illustrious ancient bronze dragon. Fimbor.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Or they could tell us about them.
That too.
True.
Mhm.
Good thought.
All right. You head up the steps towards the very sad-looking general store. You open up the doorway inside. There is a crackling fireplace inside, despite the fact that it is still the middle of the afternoon.
Vitals in, so I don't wreck anything.
Yeah. Toot, toot, toot. And you see a woman running the stand who appears to be of half orc blood, with the other half you would guess being fire ganassi, because obviously she's got that orc build, orc tusks, and orc ears, but her skin is like bright red, and she also has like this sweep down of dark black hair down one side of her head. The other side is shaved completely.
Now that is a mommy.
Uh, yeah. She looks over, gives a wave, that little wave where she tucks fingers down one at a time, holding up her hand, is like, well, hello there, travelers. Need some supplies before making a trip.
Well, it never hurts to have a look.
Right, I'm letting you know right now we only have the bare essentials. You're going to have more luck at Aguela, or, heaven forbid, the Cove.
Mm-mm.
The Cove?
Cove.
Yes, the one with all the big ships. Surely you've seen it.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Shipwreck
Yeah.
Cove. Okay.
Yes.
We came from that way, so.
Ooh.
See, there you go.
New-ish to the continent.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're all a bit new-ish in various sorts of ways, yes.
We certainly encountered her, they say with a capital H, a few days ago, so that's
yes.
new.
Yes, her. The reason we have ferries that sail inland and not out.
Well, here's a question, actually. I'm curious about this. So, the dam is a pretty significant landmark, yes?
Yes.
Have they had trouble with her?
Well, we make frequent travel back and forth. I usually stay behind to man here, but my colleagues, the dam has not had many attacks from her. Neither her or her spawn.
Spawn?
Yes, you haven't run into any giant crabs or man crabs on your way here, have you?
Thankfully, no.
Mm-mm.
Good to know that's possible.
Good, good. They taste like crab and they hate people.
Good to know.
Oh.
Also good to know, but less excited about the second fact. Nobody's allergic to shellfish, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Eat.
Oh.
I ask as a courtesy.
Yeah.
Giant crabs and man crabs. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh,
Fascinating. Thank
that'll
you.
That'll make a great crab dance.
Yeah.
Nobody can
teach me
see
that
this, but I am on webcam, and I just leaned forward and put my forehead right on the microphone just for that, because a rave, one might say, with
Rave.
flashing lights and everything. God, yeah, cool. Yeah, Tag sort of like steps back, scribbles down a few notes, just mutters under their breath, "Crab, man, crab."
Crab dance.
He's just no, no, not until we have actual proof that there is crab dancing. Actually, now that you mention it, they sort of like slide the notebook back in, take the bass, sort of like do a few little experimental chords. Perhaps, well, I suppose we will have to see exactly how, into music. Anyway, actually gets into like a sort of like muted composing session.
Oh. Now, I do like how cheap the rations are here, but at the same time, I think I'll take my chances in the dam instead. We can always come back.
I mean, if you're going through the ferry, you will be coming back.
Of
Yep.
course. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, there are a couple of other stops the ferry makes if you want to go a different direction, but I'm guessing you'll come back this way. Just one of those hunches.
Yeah. Question. It's not dangerous though, is it?
On the ferry?
Mm.
Oh no, the boys are quite used to sailing these waters.
Oh, phew. Yeah, after our last encounter, I'm a little bit unnerved about the water.
Well,
Oh, yes. Sorry, my apologies. I just question later. I can wait.
you will be glad to know that the ferries rarely travel open ocean, and she prefers open ocean.
Whew. Good to know.
You don't happen to have trouble with Guidal, the amphibious swamp pirates or anything like that?
Sometimes. Now that being said, they would have to come all the way from the northeast down to here. So if they did, and they make it past her, they'd be lucky. And if they did, and they made it past her, they would have to deal with the boys, and they would be very unlucky in that case.
Well, that makes me feel a little better, because we sure did encounter them, and I doubt that their luck held up that much.
Oh.
Well, I feel better about that then. Fuck around to find out.
Indeed. Now, that being said, you have approximately 12 minutes until the ferry departs, so if you want passage, I would get there quickly.
Oh, great. Well, thank you.
Of course. Do we pay you for passage or someone else?
You can. It's 3 silver a person. That will get you tickets here, or if you want to pay directly there for convenience's sake, that's also appropriate.
Here is good.
Yeah.
Yes, good.
While we're here, and if it works out, if you don't mind, that is.
Oh yes, of course. Right, just manually adjust your silver, remove 3.
Sure did.
How much silver's in a gold?
10.
10. It's all factors of 10, unless it's Electrum, when it's 2 Electrum per gold, I believe.
Yep, that is correct.
Yeah, Electrum's weird. But otherwise, it's factors of 10 all the way down.
And 7. Perfect.
Which is quite convenient, all things considered.
There we go. Oh, thank you.
I'm trying to clear the
What's your
tension
name?
pool. I'll figure that out later.
Of course. What's
So
your
I'd
name?
say,
Oh, my name, yes. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Narelle.
Narelle. It's very nice to meet you. I'm Nyx.
I'm Cosmos, former Knight of Sideria. Currently just traveling on a vacation, not vacation. You know how it is.
Yes.
I mean, here's a question, Nerel. Also, beautiful name. Nice to meet you, Tig Kendlestain. But, you wouldn't happen to know, are there currently other Knights of Sideria, seeing as we are traveling with a former one, but he's been out of the, country for a while.
Rarely ones that make travel on this boat, on the ferry.
Thank you for indulging in my curiosity.
Of course. Always happy to trade information, as it were.
Ooh, that's actually a question. I don't actually... I can't think of this off the cuff, so I figured I'd ask out of character, but is there any, like, information that Tig would think she would be interested in to actually trade in, I suppose?
That's
I
a very
mean,
good
we
question.
came from the other continents and all that, so, like, news or whatever else, I don't know.
Like, if you tell her, like, I'll say that you could spend a little bit of time, talking about the ship that brought you here, the Cambria, and that we were shipping spices and whatnot to help, like, trade routes, because she would be interested in that if she's working a boat.
True, and we've got, like, checks my non-existent watch, probably 10 minutes at this point. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah,
All right.
Tig will in that case do a little bit of equivalent exchange while we wait.
All right. Interesting. Now, of course, I did say trade information, so, I have heard a couple of rumors going around, including... That is the wrong table, that's not the rumor table. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Including, well, I admittedly am somewhat new to the area myself, but I heard a rumor that back in the day, there was this massive bronze dragon, and a son of that bronze dragon, that used to guard this place. Sometimes in the night I can hear, like, loud roars and flashes of light. So I guess that still must be him.
That would do it. That would do it. Tig sort of, like, leans I think the counter's kind of high. Maybe there are chairs or stools
Maybe
or something.
there's a stool.
If there are stools, in which case Tig's absolutely on one of them to be at eye level. Tig sort of leans conspiratorially over the counter and just, well, I will give you this one for free because you're quite gracious, and thank you very much. But, how would I? Well, the ancient bronze dragon has been dead for a very long time, but is still very much in play, and will sort of describe the skeleton and the sandbars and the whole, there is a colony of kobolds animating his corpse and all that. If you're just, if you roll with it, they seem to be chill. Just, they look for alcohol and gold, that's all you need, but,
Oh my goodness,
yes.
that is amusing.
right?
Yeah.
As for the great and illustrious Fimbor's son, Kendlestain, that is my draconic lord, and he is... Here's a question, we actually didn't talk about this, but, like, where is Kendlestain's, like, main, like, lair or territory?
It used to be in the
general
southern
direction.
coast.
Okay.
he traveled around a lot. He moved trying to find like the perfect spot.
Honestly, I get that. So true, bestie.
So true.
Real estate. Oh, nightmare. But as for Kendostain, his son, well, first, as far as I am aware, he is still alive, considering he is my lord, but he tends to be fairly amenable to overtures. He should be around the area, unless he has moved since last I checked. But the main thing is Fimbor and Fimbor's puppet goes, oh, yes. Sort of raises a quick claw. The Fimbor's speaker is Arku. So that might be helpful if you're ever, I don't know, it might be helpful.
Now, there is quite a lot of information to be offering freely.
Well, you already gave us more information about, the area and stuff like that. Personally, I thought you were giving things for free, so we could call this even.
I'll be happy to call this even, especially considering, oh my goodness, we have been talking for so long. You've got 3 minutes, you should go!
Oh, snap!
That's good.
Let's
Oh,
go.
hold it up! Runs out.
Thank you!
Thank
You're
you so much.
welcome!
Kink.
I rolled the one rumor that you were just at.
So fucking good. That's so fucking good.
Brilliant.
God.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You run for the ferry. The tiefling there looks over, waves as you run towards, holds the gangplank down so you can all just rush on, present your ticket. He nods, takes out a little, what looks to be a dagger with a circular sharpened end, and just stabs a hole through all of them. Right, you're all good to go. Anchors away. He hoists up the ferry, pulls on a chain on the side, and then with a whir and a clank, 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 the ferry sets off across the water towards the great dam of Aguela.
Heck yeah.
Right, Aguila. Here we go.
We're doing it. We made
Cutting
it.
it close, weren't you?
We just got a bit too wrapped up in conversation.
It happens.
One good turn always deserves another.
That it does, my friend, that it does, says the tiefling with like this bellowing chuckle beneath the helmet.
Does this tiefling, is she like actively sorry, my apologies. Is he actually like actively sailing or just sort of more of like a guard vibe?
Looks like he is kind of a guard vibe. His gaze alternates between you to make sure there's no funny business and like maintenance of the ferry. Sometimes he'll like tug along on a side chain to help speed it up. Cool. Yeah. Like manually with his own brute strength, hoisting this giant chain through the water.
Would I be allowed to attempt to, play a little something, maybe lighten the mood, get a rhythm going, so on and so forth?
You are allowed, yes.
I would love to do that if I could roll a performance check with your permission.
Go for it.
Nice.
15.
15, perfect. All right. You play a driving tune with a pretty solid beat and rhythm. It's a sea shanty, basically. Yeah. And as you do, that's definitely helping out the rhythm of chain pulling, and you can swear, oh yeah, that's getting you there even faster. So congratulations, performance makes boat go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I beefed the first attempt at a performance roll, so I'm happy. I mean, what's the worst that people could do / say? No?
Yeah.
I say, like, looking over my shoulder, knowing surely worse could absolutely happen. But what's the worst that could happen? People say no?
Oh. Well, the worst that could happen is that the wood of the boat could be really rickety and you sing really badly and then it all breaks apart and we all drown.
Broken
But that's not gonna
string.
happen.
Sorry,
Why
what was
would
that,
you say
Megan?
that?
Broken string.
Oh,
it's
true.
true.
However, and Tag sort of like, kind of like with a little flourish, does like a claw, like flourishes their claw and like taps a little bit on the base, little sparks of magic. Strings, at least, I am, equipped to fix. Thankfully, otherwise, I don't know how I would have survived this long.
Oh, good.
Yes, important.
Well, you play exceptionally well. Thank you.
Indeed!
Yeah.
I'm really feeling it, says the tiefling.
Bow, feathers fluff up a little bit.
Where
Well,
did you
in that case, I'll get back to it.
where did
Sorry.
you learn to play like that?
Well, home. I grew up, lived /live, I suppose, once I get back to it, in a dragon colony. Oftentimes, there are colonies of kobolds that serve dragons because it is a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Oh.
Kobolds do, menial things that dragons do not care to fuck around with. Deal with your soft skins and all that.
Like the birds that pick a crocodile's teeth.
Precisely. Exactly. And dragons otherwise provide protection, incidental budget, I suppose, in terms of travel. And no, it works out quite well, all things considered. I would say, while you do mention birds that pick a crocodile's teeth, it is symbiotic, which is a very important term as opposed to parasitic. So we all benefit in one way or another. But yes, living as a dragon's favored vassal definitely gives one time to learn and perfect the arts as opposed to other things.
Ooh, Nyx's eyes are like almost sparkling because they're completely engrossed in this.
Megan speaks up.
Oh,
Word
no.
like
Yeah, if you don't mind me
play
asking. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Megan.
Would like to learn music someday.
Huh. Tyke sort of like sits back, regards the entire. How tall is Megan? Asking for a friend.
Very, very large.
Okay.
Picture the
Okay.
upper limits of medium size.
Yeah.
So like 7 foot, maybe 8.
Yeah, he's probably a safe bet.
Okay. Yeah. Tyke sort of like settles back, does like a big up and down, kind of like scratches, preens their feathers a little bit, and just. Do you have? Pardon me, my apologies if this is a bad thing to ask, but I do not know. You are the first one of your kind first person of your kind I have ever encountered, but do you have a feeling in your fingers?
Tink, tink, tink. Let me check my attributes really quickly. Would my fingers have feeling? Do I have like nerves?
I will say, yeah, you can definitely feel things because of the way Warforged are. You're not just
Okay.
an impenetrable wall of metal, but your fingers are very large.
I feel they are
Clink, clink.
large.
Tyke sort of like like very brazenly like reaches up, takes Megan's hand, like sort of examines it, looks at it, and just, you, my good friend, are well suited to percussion, I believe. And luckily for you, I happen to be quite proficient with things like keeping the beat. It comes with the whole bassist sort of thing. So yeah, if we get around to it, if we have time, I could perhaps teach you to carry a tune or carry a beat.
Megan like kind of looks at her hand, kind of like turns it, looks down at her chest, goes like, "Boom." It's a nice. It's like a nice like basic
Ooh,
thump.
good resonance. Yeah.
Would like that.
Does it one more time. Clunk.
So Tig like strums like kind of like a like harmonizing chord. Oh yes, we can work with this.
Oh god. Sorry, out of character. It's like, dude, we're getting the band back together.
I ain't got rhythm.
Oh.
I ain't got rhythm. Okay. Megan is thoroughly entertained by the idea of using those big robot hands to make some sounds on her big robot chest.
Hell yeah.
Hands to create instead of anything else.
Instead of flattening guys with a sword.
I mean, I didn't
Snap.
want to say destroy, so that's all you. But yeah.
Hands to create.
Right. All right. So, as you continue along the ferry boat's path, you pass by another ferry heading the opposite direction back towards the station. The tiefling pilot guard, who is still just like yanking the entire boat along by just grasping and pulling along this giant chain, gives a salute as the other ferry boat passes. You hear a loud foghorn from the other ferry, but no one comes out to wave back. And the ferry continues for about a 20-minute journey in total, before you see on, like, a small island off the coast, this gigantic dam, soaring, like, hundreds of feet into the sky, and built on and around it is this, like, marketplace and city full of all kinds of different peoples. You see a lot of turtles, actually, just big walking turtle people, walking around a market square, along with several humans, a couple of tieflings, other sea elves and triton dipping in and out of the waters around as you sail beneath a gate, and the ferry starts sailing kind of at an upward angle towards the middle of the Great Dam. As I go and pull up La Image. Go ahead and scroll around and zoom out, too, so you can see
Yes, that
this
shows the dam.
big dam.
That's a dam.
It was truly great, one might say.
Well,
Damn.
That's not just a dam. That's a dam.
Damn.
Oh!
gorgeous.
Ooh, this is it's so colorful. This is a good map.
Mm-hmm.
It's saturated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the
color.
people who made this map. They're awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Right, Landhill. Whenever you need to go off, get to a station, present those tickets. We'll know that you came here with the holes punched in them, and we'll take you where you need to go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You
All right.
Anto indeed.
All right.
Well, there's so many things to explore. Where do we even start?
So much to do. So much to see.
So much to do, so much to see. I will say that right past the docks, there is, in fact, the market square, which is where, like, rotating shops and whatnot are.
Fabulous.
Rad.
Yeah.
Shopping.
So, stands that you can see out and about, there is a lizard folk who is, like, setting up a bunch of sticks of incense that he's lighting up in little pots around currently, like, closed and nailed shut boxes. You can't quite tell what he's selling, but he does have a flag indicating, hey, I am merchant.
Mm-hmm.
There is a stand with, like, very, very, very fancy-looking clothes in it, and a disgruntled-looking tiefling woman in the fanciest dress you have ever seen in your life, looking kind of out of place, in like just a regular market. Like she's wearing stuff you'd normally see in department stores and jewelry stores, that kind of fancy. There is a twitchy-looking gnome jittering, looking back and forth, tapping his fingers very impatiently on his little market stand, which has all sorts of like trinkets and technological doodads on it. And you see another store that stand rather at the market square with a sign over it that just reads armor, and there is an elf over there who is adjusting a suit of plate armor. He looks very busy, like polishing it up, adjusting straps so that it fits a specific body type, that sort of thing.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah, so Tig is going to like take all this in, take a moment to like run their claws through the feathers, preen some of the salt out, and they are going to look at some nice fucking clothing because that's what they like in this life.
All right.
They know what they like.
So,
Heck yeah.
as you head up to the clothing stand, the tiefling woman looks over in your direction. She clearly sees you. She's made eye contact. She doesn't say anything. She just maintains that very bored-looking expression.
Listen, it's the type of as a little bit of an aside, if you were ever a mall rat in high school, you walked around stores and all that shit, department stores, people would look at you funny. The trick is, you just walk in like you can afford every single fucking thing in the place, and you own it. So that's exactly what Tig does, is that just like a very casual, not like, ooh, I like that, but just like, I suppose this is good kind of vibe, and will peruse the area. Making sure their claws are clean, of course, and all that.
All right. You peruse through. For such a small market stall comparatively, she is carrying a lot of different wares. Some of which, like, those of you who have been to clothing stores before have never seen in your life.
Fancy. Oh, it really is fancy.
Yeah, this is
Oh, yeah.
expensive.
Perfume.
Mhm. The shiftweave is not 0 gold. I don't know why it's saying that.
Oh.
Free clothing.
Shop type ultimate tailor. Love that.
Ultimate Tailor.
Fuck.
Wow.
Yes.
Weaver's tools. Nice.
Shiftweave is supposed to be 100 gold.
Okay, that's slightly different from the 0 gold that we see.
Yeah.
That is slightly different. I don't know why it's not displaying that.
So before the patch notes come in,
So quick.
I didn't see a tag on it.
Didn't see a tag on it. That means it's not for sale. Oh.
mhm.
Yeah.
Here's a question. What kind of specialization does hat parentheses specialized have?
Describe the hat in detail. You shall have that hat.
Oh. Oh.
It will not have mechanical bonuses, but it will look fucking amazing.
Hell. Yes.
Yeah, that
Okay.
nothing is beyond this woman's talents as Ultimate Tailor.
Goddamn.
Good looking hat.
I guess the other questions are, what are Glamour Weave and Shift Weave?
So, I'm just gonna go ahead and assume someone in the party asked what Glamour Weave and Shift Weave are, because she would have labels set up that say Glamour Weave and Shift Weave.
Okay.
Mhm.
She gives a sigh. Glamour Weave has illusory magic in it. You can, if you're wearing it, you can have like a little moving pattern on the cloth. Shift Weave stores different outfits in it, so you can just change between what you're wearing with a little bit of hoopy-doo magic, whatever she says.
I see. Well, in that case, Tig browses as if they have enough money to buy things. it's fine. Don't worry about it. And they just sort of like nod. A gorgeous selection. However, unfortunately, I will have to confer with my masters before I can actually invest anything. But beautiful, truly beautiful things.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she just kind of nods, goes back to staring. I'm going to roll something really quick.
Sure.
Mm.
And I'm going to roll something else.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to go ahead and roll, she looks over, does a double take looking at Megan, this gigantic 8-foot slab of metal.
Ooh.
She clears her throat. You, forgive my obviousness, you look strong.
Little hiss of steam as she kind of like points at herself.
Yes, you.
Steps forward.
The rest of you, now, I wouldn't say you're all that strong, but would you all say you have, like, particular skills that would match this obvious level of muscle, for lack of a better word?
Tig's feeling a little show buddy, so they snap their claws and just shoot a message that says, "Of course."
Great. So, clearly, what I have is not in your budget right now. But, if you do want my business, and you do want an easier way to talk to me, she fishes in the pocket of her dress, because her dress just suddenly sprouts a pocket for her to reach into, and she just pulls out a ring laden with amethysts in it, and spins it around. You're going to want one of these.
All right.
Yeah. And then I would be willing to part with it if you would be willing to do me a favor.
Megan leans in.
What is it?
Trying
All
not
right.
to sound threatening, but
Yeah, but
but
she
you
does.
know, giant
I mean-
giant robot.
You try your best not to sound threatening. She doesn't look like she cares.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a client. His name is Subam. You'll be able to know how it's spelled very shortly once I pull up this on the quest log.
Thank you, you're
Quest
wonderful.
log.
Yeah. He's a Mareed. One of those water genies, last time I heard. If you've been around the coast for any number of months, you've probably heard of him. He's very loud, very flashy, and he's very bad at paying me what he owes me for his wardrobe. I'm a busy woman. I don't have time to collect. You help me out. This, she flashes the ring, is yours.
Wow.
I said it to available rather than in progress, just in case you want to go, no thank you, I don't want to take down a Marine.
How much exactly does he owe you?
Let's see, you've been looking at, this, right? She points to the superior cloak, which is worth 1,000 gold.
Mm.
Tag does like a little nonchalant sort of shrug, clearly interested.
Imagine multiples of that.
Wow. He does not know how good he has had it so far, I suppose.
He does not.
Well, I mean, if he has been up and down the coast, I'm sure we will perhaps run into him.
If he's that well
Perhaps.
known, then yeah.
Yeah. She pockets the ring. Just keep that in mind. if you want my business.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say Tide kind of like, sort of like gracious nod, sweeps out to save face and not seem like they're poor and or desperate. So
Yep.
it's all about the vibes.
Cool.
It's all about the vibes. It's just like,
All of
yes,
the vibes.
we will be doing you a favor, and just whoosh.
There we go.
There are so many very nice things there.
You have really nice clothes. Bye.
We will be back.
She's skipping.
No, just very quickly. Power walking out.
Pow skip.
All right.
All right.
So there are 3 others around the market square, unless you want to look somewhere else.
No, I'd love to keep looking.
Cool.
Yes.
All right. There's the lizard folk setting up incense burners. There is the twitchy gnome fellow with gadgets, and there's the armorer.
Ooh.
I will look at the lizard folk, please.
Yeah, what's the lizard folk got going on?
All right. You head up to the lizard folk, who he looks up and then just flashes this big toothy smile. It looks very unnerving, but you can tell he's like trying very hard to look welcoming, and is like, hello there. Thank you for visiting my store. I was just setting up. He goes behind the crates, starts prying nails out of them. Don't mind the incense. These were donated to keep the smell away from the west of the market square.
Oh no, it's really nice. Take your time, please.
Yes, yes. Now, I will admit, I have only, most of these not for sale. These are for demonstration purposes. What I have is, I am both a buyer and a seller of monster parts.
Oh.
Ah, so that's what you mean by smell.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen. It's all well and good buying and selling things, but the people in the know can craft really cool stuff out of what monsters leave behind. Like, goblin ears, probably nothing so super cool. Like, you could find someone who would buy goblin ears. Like, Hobgoblin War Chief, if you get his heart, Thaumaturge could turn that into an amulet, and that's really cool.
Whoa.
What would the amulet do?
I think when I last made one, it drove fear into the hearts of hobgoblins. That would either be because it is magic, or because it is made from the heart of a hobgoblin. One of the two.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, I don't have anything on me right now, but I guess we'd be sure to come back if we did.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Even if people are like, ew, gross, those are goblin ears, I don't buy those. I will happily buy those, but, I have special currency. Monster points. It's good at my store for things.
Okay.
Twice gold rate at my store.
Where can we use monster points then?
There's me, and,
And you?
No, there's one other, her name is Whisper, she's nice, she's a little creepy, I don't know where she is right now. I know it's not behind me, and that is comfort.
And what's your name again?
Lash Raconte. I'm going to pull up my wares now, so you know how to spell it.
Okay. So Lashracon and Whisper.
Yes.
What is a bag of colding?
Oh yes, you are looking at this. He reaches into the bag and pulls out a very thick, heavy-looking sack. This is a bag of colding. You see, if you're carrying something like goblin ears, a heart of dragon, that stuff that's biological, that might go stinky bad. This, he pats it, preserves it.
I see. I get it. Got
Refrigerator bag. Let's go.
Refrigerator bag.
So, if per se we got one of these goblin ear things or whatever, how long, if we didn't have the bag of holding, could we preserve it until it rots?
Couple days, maybe?
Couple days. Okay. Well, I don't have the money to buy that now, but that's definitely something I'll keep in mind.
Megan has a quick thought.
Oh, long do manticore wings last?
Manticore wings. Those are leather, like bone and skin. Those tend to last a little longer than, say, like organs. So that should last you a couple weeks, maybe. Lestricant looks over at you, looks over at you with interest. You can tell he has not had customers in a while. He just breaks out in a big grin. I tell you what. He takes out his price sheet, scratches out 0 and then 0 on the side of the bag of colding. You can take this one on the house for 1 gold. For my house.
Oh.
What?
Just this one.
Tyke purrs and slides a gold across. They're very happy because they were about to maybe attempt to talk the price down and didn't have to, so
Nice!
Excellent.
have a gold.
Yeah. Excellent. Now, I will warn you, he says, hoisting the bag of colding out, is a little heavy.
Okay.
How heavy?
How heavy?
The bag of
Okay,
colding
it
is
is,
10 pounds.
10 pounds.
I can shoulder this for now.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. I was thinking maybe Megan could like keep it strapped to her.
Yeah, you can. You're.
Megan is
that-
currently
I am
encumbered.
encumbered. I am encumbered.
I'm
you're
good
encumbered.
for now. I'm good for now.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You are very welcome. Now you pay this back to me by getting me some really cool monster parts, okay?
Oh, absolutely.
Naturally.
What is the thing you're most seeking?
Let me look for that. Cause I have many dreams of things I could get. Like, he is really, really racking his brain. Okay, one pipe dream, and I say pipe dream because it's the kind of exiled from area, kill on sight. Please don't give Lashrakont any of your attention or money, you stupid lizard folk kind of pipe dream.
Huh?
So, do you know about the red scales?
A little bit?
I mean, that sounds like something I might know about.
Yeah, make a history check.
Absolutely. 8.
8. They are lizard folk with red scales.
Out of my wheelhouse.
Okay. They have what they call a king of beasts among them. And yeah, it's big and loud, very cool. And I'm like, I can hunt that. And I tried, and I was caught, and they were like, we're gonna kill you. And they didn't. Look, long story short, what I would really like the most is the fin of the king of beasts.
Hmm.
Thing of the King of Beasts?
The fin, yes.
Oh, the fin!
The fin.
I mean, I suppose it's doable.
Of course it's doable. I mean, I can't really get close enough these days on account of being hunted on sight. but it's doable.
Well-
So,
I'll go for it.
you say hunted on sight. Was this whole thing with the King of Beasts the only thing that you did?
Are you a cop?
Fuck no. Are you kidding me?
That sounds like cop talk. Look,
I'm no narc, but whatever. Fuck off.
I'm going to. Let's just say, thank you for taking the bag of colding. In exchange, I will not talk about anything else I might have done.
See, that is very important information, so I can keep it out of the eyes of anyone who could be a cop. See, we are on the same wavelength.
Exactly. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh,
He like kind of like stumbles over a little bit. Right. Fuck.
I like this guy. He's careful with his words. So,
That's it. That's it for me.
yeah, I guess we'll come back one day.
I hope you do. And I hope you have plenty interesting things to bring me.
Well, it'll certainly bring experience, and experience is what we're here for.
All right. Last Raconte waves you off as you step back, bag of colding in hand.
That was a really nice deal. Thanks for that.
Wow. A singular
Yeah.
gold.
I rolled to see how desperate he was, and I got a 2, so the answer is very...
Excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah, that sounds pretty desperate.
It's like, please, just take something.
Please.
All right. I will say, you guys can finish off looking through the market square, and then I will call the session. Does that sound good?
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
All right. So, there is also the twitchy gnome tinker and the armorer. Which would you prefer to approach first?
What is the tinkerer tinkering?
The tinkerer, basically various mechanical gadgets. Hold on, once I get the notes back up, I can get you a better look.
The machine is very interested in the machine tinkerer,
Tinker.
for one.
All right. So, clockwork and mechanical toys, basically. Like, you can see a bear trap, and you can also see on the desk, he is winding up a small clockwork dog that, once he finishes winding up, sits up, assumes a sitting position, and goes,
I thought you were gonna say duck, and I got really excited.
Megan walks up and sees and stares very intently at like the mechanical dog. Kind of tilts her head, kind of goes like the lens, kind of like.
The gnome sees you approach, slams his hands down on the desk, leans forward. Oh my god, you look cool!
Thank you.
Holds up one hand.
Like your machines.
A little bit, yeah. They clamber. They lean in very close. Can I touch you?
Megan leans down so that it's easier to do so.
The gnome starts crawling all over you, poking at your hand, the back of your neck. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, very interesting. I'm so excited.
Oh, Megan, you have a fan.
The gnome touches something sensitive. I kind of go. I kind of twitch a bit.
Sorry, my bad. The gnome hops off back. Yeah, stuff kind of like you. Not entirely like you. I work with the parts I have, but you look really cool.
The same response.
Thank you.
So, yeah, hi, I'm Solner, as you can see. I tinker. I like to tinker with things, keeps my hands busy. I'm I also like working with any mechanical parts, so if you find them, bring them to me. It'll keep my hands busy.
Ah, okay.
All right.
So, in gameplay terms, there are craftsmen among the various shops. Like, smiths can work with anything like metal that drops from people. Leather workers work with leather bits. Solner works with intricate mechanical bits. So, like, let's say you were finding a construct, you might bring parts to him to see if he can make magic items out of it.
Ooh.
And
okay.
how do you spell the name?
I have pulled up the shop, Solner.
Oh yeah. Solna, there we go. We can't afford the clockwork dog. What's the
Dang.
point?
It's custom made!
Oh yeah.
We have to support local artists.
Oh, nice!
All right, this one's my favorite so far.
I Megan looks at the barrel organ, thinking about the conversation about music that she had earlier with Tyg, and peruses it and says,
May I try?
Sure, you just turn the crank real quick.
gingerly holds the crank and goes and starts turning it.
It plays like a hurdy-gurdy.
Gently sets it down.
Very good.
Yeah.
Music.
I like him too.
The lights on her like kind of blink as if she's content.
So I know my stuff's expensive, but you're real cool. It was nice to see you anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe one day we'll be back.
Yeah, I'm part of the merchant ring, so if you ever need something tinkered with, just call me up. Assuming you have one of those.
Question: do the merchant ring have like conventions of any kind?
It's more like we sign a couple of contracts and then we're part of the ring.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Just saying, if you ever have like a festival or anything, love to see more of your work.
This is mostly what I carry around. That doesn't explode.
Okay. You ever thought of a clockwork duck?
Who would ever want that? Ducks are
Yeah.
gross. I mean, have you seen ducks? They're like,
Huh?
eh.
Excuse me?
I mean, you're cool. You're a big bird, but ducks, eh.
What's wrong with ducks?
guess
I mean,
they
have
do
you
steal
seen
your-
ducks? They're like, bleh.
They
Yeah.
do steal
I
your-
have
guess they-
seen ducks.
I guess they do steal your
Huh?
bread.
They're like,
Okay.
bleh.
Back. Oh,
I'm trying to
okay,
wrap my
no
head
ducks.
around this description.
Oh, you know. bleh.
Adding that to the
Megan
dictionary.
kinda
When you put it like that, it's much more
Well,
obvious.
Yeah,
of
see?
course.
See,
that's
you
what I
get me.
thought.
You get me.
Okay, no ducks.
It's
But,
not
I'll
like a bleh,
agree to
it's not like a-
disagree.
It's not like a blade, it's more like a grinding sound. Like a metallic grinding sound.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Attempting to mimic.
All right, think we're done here.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
And so you move on to the armorer as he works polishing up and fine tuning the set of plate mail. The elf looks over, gives you a wave. Yes, hello there. I am a little busy, as you can see. Feel free to browse the rest of my wares if you'd like.
Of course, thank you.
Sure.
What have we got?
As I pull it up here.
Ooh. Here we go. This botting.
Botting is armor for animals.
Ooh.
It says 0 gold, but that's because it has to be custom made. It's like you pick a set of armor and then it's 4 times the price because, you know, custom making it for an animal build is a lot harder than for a person.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
Mm.
Well, we don't have any animals.
We don't have any animals,
yet.
do we?
Well, I mean, we do, but I think Trill's good.
Hey.
Wow.
Hey. Hello?
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that.
Excuse me?
No.
How dare you? How dare you?
No, I didn't mean it like that. You just
I don't know. It sounded like you kind of
Yeah.
meant it.
The gang encounters microaggressions.
Yeah.
Okay.
The elf leans
Wow.
over, looks between you. Am I interrupting something?
No.
No,
Okay.
we'll revisit that. Wow.
Wow.
It's because you're a druid, probably.
let's go with that.
Wow, it's the personal attacks right now. What did I do?
Everyone just bullying Trill out.
Anyway, have fun with all that. Tag, like, chills at, like, the edges of the shop. I can't fucking afford anything here, so...
No.
No.
My arm is more of the magic variety.
I am sorry, I am poor.
He looks over. Yeah, it looks like most of you are not quite in the wheelhouse for heavier armor. I do work on armor customization if that ever becomes within your budget, though.
Oh, possibly. Around like average, how much would that go for?
Well, because every piece of armor is special, it's like a stacking number per item of customization. So, like, let's say you just want one bit of customization. You want to attach a climbing harness, or you want to make something insulated for cold environments. That would be around 100 gold. But let's say you wanted both of those, then one would be 100, the next would be 200, so forth. I have a math chart somewhere in here. I'd get it, but, busy with this. He gestures to the plate mail.
Oh. Well, you do look busy. Is there anything we could possibly help you with?
Well, I much appreciate the offer, truly I do. That being said, I am just putting the finishing touches on, and they are very, very delicate, and I don't think that my client wants any unauthorized hands on this. But I will happily assist you with anything armor-related. If we meet again, I am part of the merchant ring.
Fair enough.
Great.
Yeah. Maybe once I'm a little less busy, I can even tell you some more about the customization options, see if any of those would interest you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant.
Of course. Have a wonderful day. The dam is very welcoming, so enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can't wait.
And indeed, you step out of the market square into the vast, open, and welcoming town and market that is the Great Dam of Aguela. What and who will you find there as you explore for supplies and adventurers to help you carry them? We will find that out next time on D6 Trix's Legend of the Wildlands. Woo! In the meantime, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.